What's going on, guys? Welcome to the first tactic on the Josh Daily Plus channel, and today we have got Tedesco's multiple tactics. We have got a 4-2-3-1, a 4-1-4-1, and a 4-3-3. It's been long awaited, so I thought I'd deliver the entire package. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and whack the bell onto this channel, because you're going to get more tactics here, and we're going to cover more niche managers and a bit more unorthodox tactics, so make sure you lock in. And yeah, it's going to be a big year on this channel, and as always, all the tactics you see in this video are going to be on the Patreon right away. So make sure you get involved, because it will include a console version and a mobile version. And yeah, I will say it like this. There is 30% off. There's over 80 tactics, and they are incredible. Get yourself over there. Well, this channel is going to focus on more sort of individual managers, and we are going to have some generic tactics, but we are essentially going to test with the club that's relevant to the manager, and Tedesco is as relevant to Fenerbahce as anyone, the current manager at the club, and we're going to go and enjoy an invincible, almost 100% win rate season in that Turkish league, really making light work of Galatasaray, Besiktas. You know, I'm not being funny, but there was no one really on our level. We were a force that no one could stop. We were a nightmare. Looking at some of the stats, in terms of possession, we are going to finish in 5th place. This tactic held its own to somewhat of a degree, but of course teams like Galatasaray and Besiktas are going to finish above, those being the big names in the league. But attacking-wise, we are running the game. 161 goals in 1st place, 4.74 goals a game. Expected goals over performance is staggering. This tactic really does attack, and also, to be fair, defend quite well. We only conceded 22 goals over the entire season, so that does mean clean sheets we are going to take home as well. And across the board, 54% possession, over 4 goals a game, hardly any goals conceded. No wonder why Tedesco was highly requested. I mean, the system is incredible. And yeah, just to back it up a little bit more, 4.7 goals a game, 0.6 conceded. It's not exactly bad, is it? I mean, it's a really strong return. And I mean, even the possession, 54% is quite good. The pass completion is also pretty decent, over 26 shots in the game as well. There's not really too much to hate here, and I'll drop the spoiler. We didn't just win that. Well, we make it to a Turkish Cup against Trabzonspor, a team that I feel like we can take on pretty head-to-head, to be honest with you, because we have got a great team. I know we've got a great tactic. Now, I did go into this game using the 4-1-4-1, hence the amount of players up front that you will see. I really wanted to send it and see exactly what would happen, and as you can see, we get off to a great start, and the play doesn't really stop there. Semedo backstick, it goes all the way through, and we're currently going to be 2-0 up. Now, sadly, I have got the bug where every goal gets shown in the same minute, but to put things in perspective, that was in the first half. We are now attacking the other end, so we are in the second half, and we are still hunting Edson Alvarez over the top, and it's direct. I'm aware it's direct, but it works really well. And this Fenerbahce team have got some really bigger players that we can look to hit. A great player in this team is going to be Talisca. Really creative. Fred had a great time as well. Into Brown, over the top, great touch, decent clearance to give them a little bit of credit, but we were simply always there and causing them issues. Look at that challenge. I mean, the press is absolutely incredible from this team. I'm going to include it in the highlights because the challenges were flying in from every single player, and eventually it does end up with a beautiful cut-in and a beautiful finish to go 4-0 up, and we make it 5. It's a dominant final. I nearly thought it was from the penalty, but it wasn't from the penalty. Onana is going to make a save in this game, but sadly for him, it doesn't really end with just the 4 goals, because you can see the players pressing. We're slowly making it more and more tough for them to play out. Eventually, they're going to lose the ball, and the play here from Semedo, beautiful into Asensio, and a great goal there. 5-0, we'll take it. Also win the Super Cup 2-0 over bitter rivals Galatasaray, in a game which I imagine we absolutely dominated. And that does mean it is going to be the Turkish treble. The Champions League we can sort of see here. We actually went on to win. I kept that quiet. So yeah, we go on to beat Inter Milan 4-1 against a very strong Inter Milan team managed by Shivu. So again, really strong performance across all competitions. And truth be told, without being cocky, It's expected. This tactic is very, very good. You can see the mixture of tactics we're going to have in a brief second. It performs really, really well. So then, let's go over. It's going to be tactic time. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe and whack the sub bell on. And again, I will say today, we have got 3 different tactics that you guys can go and use relevant to whatever team you want to use or just to switch it up. So at any part of this video, you want to grab all of these Patreon perks that will include every tactic I make from this channel and my main channel, Josh Daily. It's about 8 tactics a week, about 4 rebuild files a week, mobile, console versions, ad-free viewing, access to big giveaways, set pieces, training, the whole lot, 30% off this month. We have had over 3,000 people sign up since the release of FM26, and that's because we release some pretty good tactics, so make sure you go and get involved. But let's firstly break down the Tedesco 4-2-3-1, because this tactic is probably the most balanced one, alongside of the 4-3-3 in my opinion. Now, none of them are really more attacking or defensive versions, so those that have come over from my main channel, we usually do an attacking and a defensive version. There's so many different systems he has used, I wanted to offer you guys the complete package, so that's what we've gone for today. 4-2-3-1, let's lock in. We are going to go off a clean slate, the positive mentality. The ball-playing goalkeeper is going to come in on default and also default. The wing-back on the right-hand side is going to be set to stay wider, run wide, cross from the byline, and also mark tight. The wing-back on the left-hand side is going to be set to stay wide, run wide, take more risks, more direct, cross from the byline, and simply default. We're going to have 2 centre-backs on the left, shorter passing, and default. On the right, shorter passing and also default. So quite sensible across the back line. A DLP on the right-hand side of the midfield is going to come in, and again, very, very simple. Simply set to mark tight, and to partner him, a box-to-box. So he's going to be the progressor. It's where Fred played, funny enough. Move into the channels, dribble more, make more runs, and simply default. With Talisca really, really thriving in this area. Channels, roam from position, and simply default. And this is a nice triangle that you can really get a lot out of the match engine with. And the inside forward, the player on the right-hand side, cutting in, shooting more, taking more risks, roaming from position, and then default. The left-hand side, exactly the same. Nice and simple, doesn't get overcomplicated, and that channel forward, who made several runs in behind, shooting more often on the press, and also tackle harder. And it converts so easy. So easy to the out of possession. The inside forwards become 2 wide midfield players. The AM becomes an AM, the channel forward becomes a CFD, the box-to-box and DLP becomes 2 DMs, the wing-backs become full-backs, the centre-backs are centre-backs, and, well, the ball-playing goalkeeper is a goalkeeper. The team instructions, we are going to utilise a standard passing directness, a higher tempo, counter-attack, wider attacking width, keep ball in play, be more expressive, short goal kicks to the centre-backs, pass into the space, discourage and also low crosses, out of possession, the high press, the higher defensive line, more often counter-press and no when it comes to short goalkeeper distribution. And that will give you tactic number 1. Tactic number 2 is going to be this one, shaped in a 4-1-4-1. Again, you want to save yourself time, get yourself over to the Patreon because there is all of this stuff in one simple download. If you are watching as a console or mobile player, these versions are going to be on there as well. This tactic, what I noticed was it conceded less, you scored less. It's just a little bit more balanced, to be honest. Now, the good thing about it is if you look at this version right here, it's actually the same tactic out of possession. We just make it a bit more sort of balanced in possession. So the wing-back on the right-hand side, for example, is going to remain exactly the same, as is the left-back, as do the centre-backs. So this back line, including the goalkeeper and the centre-backs, have the same instructions as what you've just seen in that 4-2-3-1. So shorter passing on the centre-backs, the wing-backs with those instructions, the goalkeeper, default. The DLP, however, drops steep, simply on default and mark tight. We then introduce a CM on the left, on default and also default, nice and basic. The AM keeps his instructions. Talisca played so well in this role, moving into the channels, roaming and then default. We switch to 2 inside wingers. On the right hand side, cutting in, making runs, shooting more, roaming from position, default out of possession. On the left-hand side, exactly the same. So these players are going to be vital on the wings. They're going to come inside, create their own chances, have some pops at goal. And of course, we do stick with that channel forward because he helps out a lot, just spreading the back line and really finding good pockets of space. And it's just an utter danger, really. Now, out of possession, it's exactly the same. It's very simple the way that it works. They just easily mold into that 4-2-3-1 shape. So therefore, we don't have to speak about that, to be honest. We can go right into the team instructions where, again, they are going to look somewhat similar because although it's a Tedesco system in a different shape, the same DNA applies. So standard, higher, counter-attack, wider, keep ball in play, be more expressive, short goal kicks to the centre-backs, pass into the space, discourage low crosses. We maintain the exact same principles in this possession. Again, they're not an attacking, defensive and balanced version. These are simply different shapes because I've seen he's played a lot of different shapes and I have sort of been stalling you guys, which is not intentionally. I am very sorry. It's taken a long time to get this video out. And even that is on the second channel, so I do apologise, but I wanted to make sure if I make this tactic, I make it right because I love my Turkish viewers. They're absolutely, hands down, some of the most passionate I have got. So mad love for that. And if there's any other Turkish teams you want to see a manager video on, let me know in the comments as we are going to go over a 4-3-3. Again, clean slate, positive mentality. We'll go to the team instructions so you can see it is going to be the same concept. Exactly the same. Out of possession, exactly the same. In possession, exactly the same. And this is very similar to both of the other ones. The backline, for example, you can see is going to be exactly the same as the other two. It's purely just different shapes of tactics. The DLP comes in, remains exactly the same. Default and mark tight. The CM on the left, default and default. The AM, moving into the channels, roaming. This occasion, taking more risks and simply default. The inside forward on the right hand side, again, is going to have these instructions. And I will say it is really, really, really good for you guys to download or copy all three and just switch mid-game. Your team aren't going to really be affected by it because they're very similar systems, but you can manipulate the AI a little bit. The channel forward, again, remains the same in and out of possession. Now, when we look at the out of possession, there are a couple of changes. The channel forward, CFD, the same. Inside forwards become two tracking wingers. CM to CM, AM to AM, DLP to DM, wing back to fullback, centre back to centre back, and goalkeeper, obviously, is a ball-playing goalkeeper, goes to the goalkeeper. And that is going to give you, boys and girls, three variants of Tedesco's tactics. You've got a lovely 4-2-3-1, a 4-1-4-1, and a 4-3-3. Now, I would highly recommend you give this a go. Personally, I think this could work with a majority of teams because you've got three tactics here that are very, very balanced, very, very good. They're not too direct. They're not too negative. They're really, really just in that sweet spot. So let me know how it goes in the comments below. Again, this channel is dedicated for more niche managers and tactics that simply don't make the main channel. So you can go rogue. You can go in any league. You can go in any tactic. Leave me as many comments as you want of tactics you want to see on this channel. Again, if you're not subbed to Josh Daly, my main channel, make sure you're subbed on there because that's where the top tactics go in terms of the game breaking the metas. But if you like your realism tactics, you want to, look at some lower league managers as well because they're going to be covering even Sky Bet League 2 managers. This is where you want to be as well. I'll see you in the next one. Absolute legends. Enjoy the rest of your day.